So we need to weigh up gaining the world versus losing our soul. There are several reasons for this, including the fact that what the world considers profit differs from God.
If you likes a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button to be the first to hear our messages when they appear. A voice of rescue, training overcoming.
With a word to rescue, entitled Not Troubled. Therefore, proper weighing is required to distinguish our profitable actions from the unprofitable actions. Verses 1 through 3 of the We translation for Colossians chapter 3 reads, "Were you raised from death with Christ? Then look for the things which are in heaven. There Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. Think about the things that are in heaven, not about the things that are on earth. Your old life died with Christ, and your new life is kept with Christ in God." Notice in these verses that we are being directed where to look and who to reference. We are told to look to heaven because this is where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Then to think about the things that are in heaven, not about the things that are on earth. To think about its order, about the way God does things. Why? Because this is the basis, the foundation, the headquarters of our salvation. So, to stay saved, we need to be intentional in our looking and in our thinking about who? Jesus, the victorious one who overcame the power of sin and death, who saved our soul from our wrong ways, who keeps us whole, who gives us peace, who keeps our heart so we don't get tired and lose heart and give up. In other words, keep our eyes and our thoughts on our victory and not on our troubles. That's why trouble comes in the first place. It comes to take our eyes off where we are headed and shift our focus from doing what God wants. It comes to trouble us because its source, Satan, is troubled by what we are doing. Therefore, the Bible declares that since we have died to our former life of sin, that we are dead to the things of this world. So there are two ways to live: lost in sin or saved in Jesus Christ. Verse 19 of the EXB translation for Deuteronomy chapter 30 reads, "Today I ask heaven and earth to be witnesses. I am offering you life or death, blessings or curses. Now choose life. Then you and your children, your seed, may live." So we must correctly determine when we are choosing life or death. Life produces the profit of blessings. Death produces a deficit and curses. Weighing right determines if we profit. Right weigh up equals greatest profit. Therefore, identifying the difference is worth our time. Why? Because the two options will always be before us. Verses 5 through 10 of the We translation of Colossians chapter 3 reads, "So then, put to death those things of this world which are in you." I mean these things: wrong sex, things that are not clean, a heart that is burning to do wrong things, wanting what is wrong, and wanting to have what other people have. This last one is like worshiping an idol. They are things that make God angry. You used to do these things when you lived that way, but now you must stop all these: being angry, hating people, wrong feelings toward others, saying wrong things about people, and dirty talking. Do not tell lies to one another. You have stopped being the person you used to be who did wrong things, and now you have become a new person. That new person is always learning more and more until he becomes like God who made him. Here it clearly indicates what God hates, and that's sin. So let us not be deceived, because sin makes God angry. It is our responsibility to pay attention. We cannot profit living without Jesus living in our heart. He is our GPS, God's positioning system. This way, we can effectively and efficiently receive God's information to keep us on location to our destination according to God's timing. Jesus is our checks and balances. When we follow him, he causes us to overcome trouble. He leads us to make the right decisions, take the right actions, and stand up at 180 degrees to say yes to what God wants, to say no to what God hates. To this we say, slay what God hates. That means put to death the sin in your own life. Say no, because you don't want that pay up.
Thank you for listening to this message. We pray that it was a blessing. Also visit our website, helping get victory.org.